2 minutes to give your closing statements. And let's start with Tom.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. These are very serious and even perilous times we face. As Americans, we can and will solve these problems if we decide to act with the same goal in mind: the restoration of American exceptionalism. Liberalism is preventing it. Our free and open markets must be allowed to do their jobs. They're the best at allocating labor, capital, etc. We must repeal these insane regulatory agency regulations: financial reform bill, Obamacare. Those are the ones that send jobs overseas to China, where they get to pollute like they know we do. We must return to a system where capital, once again, is available to small business owners and consumers. Our capital and financial markets are frozen. They must not be controlled and regulated by the federal government, but by the free market. I'm a student of Milton Friedman. I fully understand free markets. Real and specific tax reform must be enacted, and some of it must be repealed. We must provide tax incentives to the private sector that encourages innovation and job growth. I'm the only candidate that has published specific solutions in my paper right here. It's been out for months, and on my website for even more detail. These are real solutions that will, upon enactment into law, permit the economy to grow, create jobs, and return America to prosperity. I'm Tom Zaleski. I urge you, please visit my website, zaleskiforcongress.com, and personally talk to me about the future I see for our district and our country. I have the knowledge, the experience, and the commitment to end this insane experiment in socialism, fantasy world that Obama's leading us into. Thank you. I'm Tom Zaleski, and I want to defeat Ann Kirkpatrick. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to John.
So, and I've also been around to many houses and done a lot of walking, a lot of driving. We have a big district. A lot of the people I talked to were really serious about this, and I'm going to read it too. It says, if you think health care is expensive, wait until it's free. And, it's a serious thing right now, what's going on in the country. We're talking about some perilous things. And like when I came here, moved here, we started teaching in the state. My wife and I had very little money. We couldn't pay the premium for our 2 sons, so we just had to find health care. But we found it. And then my daughter was on the way. We paid a midwife $800 and she was delivered. This thing about you gotta have health care for everybody, we found health care 30 years ago. What are they pushing on us? It's a joke. It's almost like an oppressive thing. Moses said, set my people free. Americans, wake up. We need to be set free from this oppressive government that wants to come in and somehow intermingle in all of our lives and tell us now we need health care. But they don't care if the illegals are getting health care. That's okay. But to me, I have to pay for that too. When I was in Douglas on the border, we had to go find health care. And I wasn't illegal. My wife wasn't illegal, but we needed it. We found it. So to me, again, my mom says, if you don't have it, don't spend it. The federal government just got way out of control. They just want to keep spending to try to bring things back into order, which brings much more chaos. And we need to wake up. We need to see what's happening around us. We need somebody that will go there and that will represent us and not just get caught up by bribes and all kinds of other different temptations. And if you vote for me, JensenCongress.com, I will do that.
Thank you. Joe?
Thank you, Liz. Is Dr. Gosar go? Or you saying?
I'll say him for last.
Well, I feel like I said, the home team should get to go last. But thank you, Liz. This has been great. Thanks to the league for putting this on. So what makes a father of 5 with no political experience stand up and say he wants to run for Congress? It's moral outrage. What we honor is uniquely American, our families, our faith, and our freedom are under siege by a ruling class more interested in mediocrity than American greatness. The question is not whether we win, but what will we do with our victory? Because America and Americans are not broke. It's Washington that needs to be fixed. We need to send a